Joining us now first on CNBC is Slack co-founder and CEO Stu Butterfield. Stuart, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, great to have you. And I want to get right into the strategy behind this and what's happening in the collaboration space. It seems to me the battle space for collaboration platforms has moved over the past couple of years from internal company communications increasingly to collaboration outside the company. You were working on Slack Connect. How does this fit into that and the experience that you think is going to make your platform better?
That's a great question. And I think it's obviously especially important right now. I don't think we're going to be back in the office for a while, but even to the extent that people do end up going back to offices, let's say later this year or early next year, it's still going to cause a generational shift. And there's still going to be a much bigger reliance on software. A couple of weeks ago, we announced Slack Connect, and the idea there is to both increase the efficacy of collaboration across organizational boundaries while also increasing the security. So it's two Slack using organizations can set up a shared channel between them where you can have more than one. In fact, when we did our convertible debt offering a month and a half ago, we did that in a shared channel with Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and Jay Wood and Latham, and put the whole thing together in that way. So it's a great way to collaborate. And then this morning we're announcing the acquisition of Rimeto, which is the tagline is the Enterprise Directory Reimagined, which I think is a great way to think about it. And obviously that's also going to be especially important now. We're already at the point where 12% of our employees started after the pandemic. So they weren't flown to headquarters for a week. They didn't do the onboarding. They haven't met, kind of casual acquaintances waiting for the elevator or at all hands, and the kind of weak social ties and the cultural value that's built up through those interactions is going to have to be realized another way.
Wow, that's 1 in 8. That's a lot of employees.
Yeah.
Tell me how much of this deal came together during the pandemic, your communication with the founders there, your decision to do it, and how much did the pandemic and this environment accelerate the deal itself?
Yeah, it's funny. I think we probably started talking just before the pandemic hit. So I've actually never met any of the team face-to-face. No one on our side has met anyone on their side face-to-face. So the whole thing was conducted using all of these technologies. So we, of course, had a shared channel in Slack with them. But we also just, set up, it's them, it's us, it's the lawyers, it's kind of the accountants, the whole kind of suite of entities that are required to pull off a deal like this. And I think you're going to see more and more of that happening because companies obviously are not going to stop acquiring. They're not going to stop doing offerings. We're still going to see IPOs. We're going to see roadshows conducted in that way. And when you're crossing organizational boundaries, the profile information, the kind of like the identity of the person is also important. Inside the company with Rimeto, we're offering much richer search, much more detailed information about groups and things like skills and background. So not just the phone number and desk location, but we also want the ability to have some of that cross-organizational boundaries. So partners, collaborators, professional services firms, customers, vendors can have access to some of that as well.